I'm Leah Fleiter, Director of Governmental Relations for the Kansas Association of School Boards. The Kansas legislature may soon vote on bills that expand programs that use public funds to aid students in private schools. These efforts are often called vouchers, but may also include programs like tuition tax credit scholarships and education savings accounts. Each of these programs have one thing in common. They use public taxpayer funding, either directly or indirectly, to help some children attend private schools. Proponents of these plans say the purpose is to give families more choice over their child's education. But because these are private schools, they are not required to accept every child who wants to attend. Private schools can set their own standards for admission, for academic progress, and for behavior. They can limit the programs they offer students. They are not required to serve special education students to the same extent as the public schools. They can base admission on religious requirements, and they are not always subject to the same accountability measures as public schools. In other words, school choice may not be a choice at all for many students. KASB opposes tuition tax credit scholarships and education savings accounts because we're concerned that expanding these programs could lead to a two-tiered school system that would allow private schools, even with the best of intentions, to be selective in who they admit. Public schools would be left with the more demanding and expensive students. And because encouraging students to leave public schools would ultimately reduce their funding, the public schools would have fewer resources with which to educate the more expensive and needy students. KASB believes public funds should be limited to schools which serve all students and are fully accountable for public oversight and governance. That's why we are opposing programs that would weaken those standards and, we believe, weaken public education. If you would like to help us fight tuition tax credit and education savings account legislation, please go to our website and look for the Find Your Legislator information and contact your senator or representative to urge them to vote against tuition tax credits and education savings accounts legislation. Make sure you are also tuning in to our daily advocacy updates each evening on YouTube, and watch for our weekly advocacy updates at noon on Fridays, which dive a little deeper into that week's activities. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support of Kansas Public Schools.